रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः. Yuddha Kand, chapter number 53, Vajradhamstra goes out to fight. The recitation begins now. Ravana was wild with wrath at the news of the death of Dhumraksha. In his excitement, he hissed like the serpent of time and roared out an order to the mighty Vajradhamstra. Bravest of heroes, the brave, take with you what troops you will and rid the earth of Rama, Lakshmana and those monkeys. Your Majesty's order shall be obeyed, replied Vajradhamstra. He went round the king, bowed down to him with reverence, and marched forth to battle, surrounded by countless Rakshasas. Countless chariots drawn by elephants, horses, mules, and camels, and graced by banners and flags, foot soldiers armed with rods, tomaras, tridents, bars, spears, nooses, swords, shaktis, wheels, maces, and other weapons, decked with curious garments and ornaments and wielding wonderful magic missiles. All these followed Vajradhamstra. He himself shone resplendent with rare armlets, earrings, encased in fine armor, quivers on his back, and mighty bow in hand. He circumambulated the car before ascending it. Well-trained elephants moved gracefully like lofty mountains, and renowned soldiers armed to the teeth rode on them. The black-hued Rakshasa forces shone in their bright garments and ornaments and marched on with shouts and roars like black storm clouds during the rains with lightning and thunder. As they came out through the southern gate, besieged by Angada, from the bright, clear, and cloudless sky descended blazing meteors. Jackals howled fearfully, belching out flames. The inauspicious cries of dreadful beasts foretold the destruction of the Rakshasas, who were struck with fear and confusion thereat. But Vajradhamstra heeded nothing. Strong, lustrous, and skilled in magic, he never lost his courage, but eager for battle, marched at the head of his troops. The monkeys, beholding the enemy, roared with joy and made the quarters tremble. Then the two forces, assuming frightful shapes, joined in fierce battle, each intent on defeating the other. Some rushed forward in mad haste and soon lay stretched on the ground, their heads broken, their bodies cleft, and blood issuing from their wounds. Some kept on a ceaseless discharge of weapons and fought most skillfully, retracing never a step. The noise of falling trees, mountains, blocks, and weapons shook the earth and sky. The twang of bent bows drawn to the ear, the blare of martial instruments such as the conch, drum, and kettle drum joined in a loud, indistinct noise. Some had shot all their weapons and took to fighting with hands and fists. Some Rakshasas, hit by hands, knees, and feet, lay on the ground with broken limbs. Maddened monkeys threw huge boulders at the Rakshasas and ground them to dust. Vajradhamstra made the monkeys flee in terror by his keen arrows and walked up and down the battlefield like the god of death, blazing with his noose in hand on the day of universal destruction. The Rakshasas, skillful in the use of every weapon, were beside themselves with fury and struck down innumerable monkeys. Angada, in uncontrollable wrath, hissed frightfully like the storm Samvartaka on the day of dissolution, and, uprooting a huge tree, destroyed the Rakshasas as a lion destroys the smaller beasts of the forest. Those that stood up and faced the monkey hero, whose body shone and eyes flashed fire, were for all their valor struck down like uprooted trees with broken heads and shattered limbs. The battleground was completely covered with cars, horses, curious banners, Rakshasas, and monkeys. It was decorated with ornaments and weapons. Blood ran in torrents over it, and it shone like the night in autumn. Like serried clouds scattered by a mighty wind, the Rakshasa host swayed and staggered under the dreadful onslaught of Angada. Mangalam Koslendraya Mahaniya Gunate Chakravarti Dhanurjaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam.